For most of this year, we have seen story after story come out showing us and telling us that stocks for healthcare companies, major pharmaceutical companies, and hospital corporations have all been taking a nosedive during the Democratic primary. That is, of course, up until just a few weeks ago. Because suddenly, these health insurance stocks started skyrocketing once again. And whereas people were afraid to invest in these companies, suddenly something happened that came along and made them feel good about investing in healthcare. Basically, putting their money into companies that are ripping off American citizens. So what in the world could it have been that made people suddenly lose all their fears about insurance companies and big pharma and hospital corporations? Well, according to CNBC's Jim Cramer, the crazy guy who hosts Mad Money, that thing that came along and eased their fears was Joe Biden. And Joe Biden surging to the top of the Democratic field after his announcement that he was running, after it was official, made people willing to invest in these stocks again and make a lot more money for the healthcare industry. Well, gee, why would Joe Biden do that? Well, it turns out, and Cramer verifies this, that it's because Joe Biden doesn't support Medicare for all. Because Joe Biden's not going to interrupt the healthcare system that we have in place today. Joe Biden likes that. Joe Biden, through the Affordable Care Act, helped create it. So yeah, he's not going to upset it or blow it up because we're basically operating off the system that was put in place by the administration that he was a part of. He served as vice president for 8 years to Barack Obama. The Affordable Care Act is basically the only thing that's left over from that administration that Trump hasn't killed yet. So of course Joe Biden's not going to push for a Medicare for all. They only got one accomplishment remaining, and that's what he wants to keep. And that's why these health insurance companies, big pharma, hospital corporations, they are celebrating right now the fact that Joe Biden is the front runner on the Democratic side. Because they understand that if he wins the nomination, there is no chance that their profit party that they've been having for over a decade is going to come to an end. In fact, they're pretty much guaranteed, regardless of the outcome of the election, another 4 years of it at least. Make no mistake, big pharma, hospital corporations, and health insurance companies have been enjoying this massive profit party, something we've covered in the Trial Lawyer magazine since its inception. And they don't ever want it to come to an end. And if they are out there celebrating a candidate, you can bet your life on the fact that that is not the candidate you need to be supporting right now. It blows my mind how anybody can look at Joe Biden and say, that's my guy. It blows my mind how a guy like Joe Biden, understanding public polling that shows majority of everyone supports Medicare for all, can still say, nope, I don't support it. Like literally could be the issue that gets Republicans to come to our side and makes progressives happy. And this moron says, no, I'm not going to support that. And yeah, in order to say that, you have to be a moron at this point. You really do. I make no apologies for saying that. But that's what we're looking at here, folks. Joe Biden is good for the healthcare industry. And what's good for the healthcare industry is horrible for American consumers. Because as we have seen for far too long, when the health insurance industry is happy, it means they're screwing us over royally. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.